The Sister Wives universe has just been shaken to its core. And trust me, the truth behind the Coyote Pass sale is far more shocking than anyone imagined. For years, Coyote Pass was Kody Brown's grand fantasy, his polygamous kingdom, the place where he imagined building multiple homes, raising his 18 children, and cementing his patriarch legacy. Instead, it became the graveyard of the Brown family empire. Divorce, lawsuits, betrayal, and infighting slowly poisoned the land until it felt less like a dream and more like a curse. But today, everything has changed. The land isn't sold yet, but the offer is in. Earnest money has cleared. Paperwork is nearly finished, and the Browns are reeling. Because the buyers, oh, you're not prepared for this. Sources close to the family are revealing that a mysterious power couple from Scottsdale, Arizona swooped in out of nowhere with $1.5 million cash. No loans, no inspections, no negotiations. They wanted Coyote Pass immediately, and they got it. The speed, secrecy, and scale of this deal has left the entire Sister Wives world speechless. What's even more jaw-dropping? These aren't random investors. They're a wealthy, well-connected couple in their 50s with deep ties to media production, entertainment, and high-level business. A duo who did extensive research on the Brown family's legal battles, finances, and history long before they ever made an offer. This wasn't a land purchase. This was a strategic takeover. Let's rewind. The Browns bought the 14-acre property in 2018 for $820,000. Years later, after 3 divorces, endless fights, and the entire family falling apart, the same land is being sold for nearly double the price. Janelle lived in an RV there. Meri fought for her share until the bitter end. Christine walked away for just $10 because the drama wasn't worth it. And now, the new buyers have paid full price and they've bought every single parcel, from the 242-acre lots to the massive 5-acre sections that Kody believed would one day become home to his united family compound. The Browns didn't even know who these buyers were until the very last moment. The couple hid behind legal teams, intermediaries, and airtight confidentiality. The deal went from offer to closing in days, something unheard of in the Flagstaff market, especially for raw land that requires massive infrastructure investment. So why the urgency? Why this land? Why now? Industry insiders say the couple's motivations may be tied to future entertainment projects, luxury development, or even media ventures connected to the Sister Wives legacy. After all, Coyote Pass isn't prime real estate, unless you're buying the story attached to it. And when Kody discovered their identities, absolute meltdown. Sources say he tried everything to delay the sale, influence negotiations, even explore ways to insert himself into whatever the buyers might be planning. He was desperate to maintain some power, any power, over the land he believed defined his legacy. But the buyers didn't want him involved. They didn't need him, and they certainly didn't plan to let him stay connected to the property. Robyn, meanwhile, has reportedly been spiraling. After years of clinging to dreams of family homes, unity, and her position as favorite wife, seeing strangers with entertainment connections take over Coyote Pass is crushing her. But the real twist? There are whispers, loud ones, that these buyers might be open to working with some Brown family members in the future. Just not Kody. In a matter of days, the land that tore the family apart has become the center of an even bigger mystery. Who are these buyers? What are they planning? And why did they move so quickly, so secretly, and with so much cash? One thing is certain, the Coyote Pass saga isn't ending. It's just beginning. Kody's breakdown and the moment everything snapped when Kody finally learned the truth, the real identity of the buyers. Insiders say his composure shattered instantly. This wasn't anger. This wasn't frustration. This was a full-scale emotional collapse. For a man who spent 7 years declaring Coyote Pass as the centerpiece of his legacy, the idea that outsiders, wealthy, influential outsiders, were about to control his land was too much for him to process. Sources describe Kody pacing the house, ranting, shouting, making frantic calls to the realtor, and even trying to loop in the network. as if TLC could somehow undo a signed contract. But the buyers had already paid cash. And in cash deals, Kody's panic means nothing. Robyn, meanwhile, was reportedly crying in the bedroom, terrified about what the new owners might build or expose. She'd clung to Coyote Pass as the last remaining symbol of her influence. Now that symbol was gone, and with it, the illusion of control. Janelle's reaction relief mixed with betrayal while Kody and Robyn spiraled. Janelle's reaction was surprisingly calm. According to insiders, she'd emotionally detached from Coyote Pass years ago, especially after Kody left her in an RV while he lived comfortably with Robyn. But even she was stunned at how fast everything moved. After 7 years of fighting, a source said it sold in a week. A single week. Her biggest shock, discovering that the buyers had researched her finances, her RV living situation, and even her legal struggles with Kody. Janelle reportedly told someone close, "They knew more about us than we knew about them." Meri's response, quiet victory. Meri, who fought hardest for her portion of the land, apparently felt a sense of vindication. For years, Kody dismissed her, reduced her, tried to push her out of the family narrative. But now, her stubbornness paid off. The massive cash payout gave her more financial independence than she's had in years. Sources say she walked away from the sale with her head high, whispering only one sentence to a close friend. Kody lost everything he tried to control. Christine's perspective, watching the collapse from a distance. Christine, who sold her portion for $10 just to escape Kody's chaos, reportedly laughed when she heard the details of the sale. Not out of pettiness, but out of disbelief. "He still couldn't build anything," she said privately, "but someone else will." For Christine, walking away early saved her. And now, watching from a safe distance, she sees the sale as the final proof that leaving Kody was the best decision she ever made. The buyers' master plan theories and leaks. Now, here's where things get dangerously interesting. Rumors circulating among Flagstaff property insiders suggest the new owners have connections to reality TV, ties to media production companies, experience building event venues and retreats. A history of acquiring land tied to celebrity stories. That's right. This couple might turn Coyote Pass, the Brown family's failed dream, into something profitable, glamorous, and completely separate from Kody. Industry insiders speculate several possibilities. A luxury retreat named after Coyote Pass's notoriety. A reality TV filming site, a documentary project about the downfall of the Brown Empire, a wellness resort, an exclusive event venue built around the sister wives' legacy. But the most explosive theory comes from a media insider. The buyers might be planning a project with one or more of Kody's ex-wives. Imagine that. Coyote Pass becoming the center of a new series. Without Kody. Why Kody felt threatened. Kody's meltdown wasn't just about losing land. It was about losing his control, his legacy, his ability to rewrite the narrative, his fantasy of being a respected patriarch, his connection to his ex-wives' futures. When he heard whispers that the buyers were open to collaborating with former Brown wives, Christine, Janelle, or even Meri, his anger turned to panic. Because if those women returned to Coyote Pass without him, even in a business venture, Kody becomes irrelevant to the very story he tried to dominate. Robyn's fear, a new threat to her position. Robyn reportedly told a friend, "What if they make a show with the other wives? What if the land becomes part of something bigger? Without us?" Her worst fear. Losing the last shred of power she had. For years, she positioned herself as the final wife, the centerpiece of Kody's world. Now, strangers with media connections hold the land she once saw as her kingdom. Sources say she's terrified of the buyers exposing private Brown family information. A new show humiliating Kody, Christine, or Janelle being invited back in a project. Losing her place in the sister wives narrative. The most chilling part, despite the secrecy. One thing is clear. These buyers didn't stumble onto Coyote Pass. They targeted it deliberately, strategically, confidently, with a plan that does not include Kody, and that is why the Brown family especially Kody and Robyn are more shaken than ever before. Kody and Robyn are more shaken than ever before. Kody's rage reaches a dangerous peak. Sources close to the situation reveal that the moment Kody discovered the buyers weren't just wealthy, but were connected to the entertainment industry, his devastation erupted into full-blown rage. Palace insiders whispered that he went on explosive, hours-long rants, screaming about being outplayed, undermined, and robbed of his legacy. He couldn't process that strangers understood the value of his story better than he didn't, that they had the power to rewrite a narrative he once controlled. But the most shocking revelation? Kody tried to sabotage the sale. Reports are surfacing that Kody desperately attempted to derail the deal in its final hours by hunting for legal loopholes, contacting lawyers to delay closing, arguing over technicalities that no longer mattered, insisting the property needed additional review. Industry sources claim he was grasping at any possible strategy, anything that would stop the sale long enough for him to regain the upper hand. It didn't work. By the time Kody launched his sabotage attempts, the cash had already cleared. The sale was already bulletproof. Robyn caught in the crossfire. Robyn's role during this meltdown has been just as dramatic. Sources reveal she was trapped between one, supporting her husband's increasingly erratic behavior, two, accepting that fighting the sale would financially destroy them. Word on the street suggests she spent those final days in panic, begging Kody not to make things worse with desperate schemes that had no chance of succeeding. The emotional toll on her was immense. Robyn had held on to the dream of Coyote Pass longer than anyone, imagining a spiritual, peaceful family compound where she and Kody could raise their children in polygamous harmony. Instead, she watched that dream sold to strangers in a lightning-fast cash deal that neither of them saw coming. Insiders whisper that Robyn and Kody had some of their most explosive fights ever during this period. Robyn pleaded for pragmatism. Kody accused her of giving up too easily. Neither of them realized the sale was already unstoppable. Kody's final, desperate move: industry insiders reveal that Kody made one last attempt to save the land. He allegedly tried to contact the buyers directly. He hoped that appealing to them as an entrepreneur, a patriarch, and a TV figure would convince them to delay or renegotiate. But by then, it was over. The deal had closed. The money had transferred. Coyote Pass no longer belonged to the Browns. When the reality hit, Palace sources say Kody collapsed into the kind of emotional spiral Robyn had never seen before. The explosive financial breakdown. Now, let's talk about the money, because this is where the story turns into pure poetic justice. Just weeks before closing, something massive happened behind the scenes. Janelle and Meri outplayed Kody completely. Sources reveal they orchestrated a calculated legal move that reshaped the entire ownership structure of Coyote Pass. Before the restructuring, Kody believed he held the majority of the land, giving him control over how profits would be divided. But in March, everything changed. According to property records, Kody and Robyn ended up with 50%, Janelle secured 25%, Meri locked down 25%, and insiders are saying this was no friendly family agreement. Janelle and Meri came armed with lawyers. Palace sources whispered that both women arrived with legal counsel, paperwork, documentation, threats of court involvement. They were done being manipulated, done being bullied, done letting Kody use real estate to control their futures. The tables flipped, and Kody had no choice but to sign the payday that changed everything from the $1.5 million cash sale. Kody and Robyn walked away with about $750,000. Janelle pocketed approximately $375,000. Meri secured around $375,000. That's reaped after years of being treated like afterthoughts. Janelle and Meri walked away with equal power, equal money, and equal victory. Industry insiders say Kody was livid when he realized how much the women were receiving. He'd spent years controlling the property deeds, years weaponizing land ownership, years trying to shrink their financial independence, and now they walked away richer, freer, and legally untouchable. Why Janelle and Meri's victory is so savage. Janelle had been working quietly with her attorneys for months, ensuring that no matter what Kody attempted, he couldn't financially corner her again. Her move to North Carolina now makes perfect sense. Her new farming business suddenly has a major cash cushion. That $375,000 payout gives her complete autonomy. Meri's payoff is equally satisfying. After years of emotional neglect and humiliation, she walked away with a nest egg that secures her independence indefinitely. Meanwhile, Kody and Robyn are left with the bitter reality. They lost, and their former sister wives won completely. The real bombshell. The buyer's plan, the identity of the mystery buyers, was dramatic enough. But the reason they targeted Coyote Pass? That's where the story goes nuclear. Industry insiders reveal the Scottsdale couple has deep connections to major streaming platforms. They have ties to reality TV production companies. They've been following the Brown saga for years. They see Coyote Pass as a goldmine for new content. Reports suggest they plan to turn the land into a filming hub, a documentary location, a new reality series backdrop, a retreat or venue tied to the sister wives' legacy. But here's the most jaw-dropping part. They've allegedly contacted former Brown members. Sources claim the buyers have reached out to Christine, Janelle, Meri about potential collaboration opportunities. And none of those names include Kody. This is strategic brilliance. They bought land, brand awareness, a built-in fan base, storytelling potential, a viral reality TV legacy, and they removed the one person who poisoned the original narrative, Kody Brown himself. The timing is perfect too, because Sister Wives is winding down. And networks want fresh family drama content without the toxic patriarchal structure that destroyed the Browns. The buyers believe they can revive the original Sister Wives charm. But this time, with Kody completely sidelined. What happens next in this Coyote Pass takeover is something even TLC didn't prepare for. Because once the Browns realized the buyers weren't ordinary investors, the mood inside the family shifted dramatically. Janelle was the first to accept reality. Christine felt relief more than anything else. Meri stayed completely silent, which, for her, says everything. But Kody? No. He entered a stage of denial so deep that even the producers were stunned. Kody's last attempt to stop the sale behind the scenes, he reportedly tried to weaponize every remaining legal clause, every loophole, every technicality. He even attempted to pitch the couple on a collaborative redevelopment concept, essentially begging them to let him be the visionary behind their future plans. They declined, respectfully but firmly. And when Kody pushed again, he was told something that shattered him. "We've researched your family for 7 months. We are fully aware of everything." Those words hit Kody harder than any divorce, any argument, any TV backlash. Because this wasn't rejection. This was dismissal. This was someone saying, "We know who you are and we don't want you involved." Robyn's private breakdown, meanwhile. Robyn's reaction was even more dramatic. Sources close to the situation say she broke down in tears when she learned the buyers had no intention of preserving any family legacy on the land. For Robyn, Coyote Pass wasn't just property. It was security, protection. A fortress she believed would keep her safe even if the whole family fell apart. And now, strangers controlled it. Powerful strangers with connections, money, and worst of all, no emotional attachment to the Browns. Robyn reportedly asked if the couple would at least consider building a single-family residence on the parcel that was meant for her children. They said no. The buyer's vision finally revealed after days of speculation. Their intentions finally surfaced. Not through the Browns, not through TLC, not through any official announcement, but through a third-party planning consultant in Flagstaff who accidentally let the truth slip. The buyers intend to develop the land into a luxury eco-retreat, build high-end cabins and wellness spaces, potentially pitch a docu-series about sustainable living, and possibly feature select Brown family members for marketing, but not Kody. That last point has quietly become the biggest bombshell behind the scenes. Because if Christine or Janelle end up being invited back for interviews, cameos, or even partnerships, Kody will lose his mind. Kody feels erased from his own legacy. This is the part that's really breaking him. To the public, Kody always framed Coyote Pass as his master plan, the kingdom, the unity project, the family homeland. But the buyer's arrival has ripped that fantasy apart. They didn't buy the land because of him. They didn't need his approval. They didn't want his involvement. And they certainly don't see him as the visionary he claims to be. For the first time, Kody Brown is confronting the one truth he never wanted to face, his family's story, and now his land can move on without him. And here's the twist that changes everything. Just as Kody and Robyn were processing all this, the buyers made a surprising request through an intermediary. They want to meet Christine. Not Kody, not Robyn, not even Janelle. But Christine, the wife who left first, moved on fastest, and has become the most universally loved figure in the Sister Wives world. Why Christine? What do they want from her? And what does this mean for the future of the franchise? Fransmo Oge Honwala Hai. Wo Isu's story Ko Poritera Se Aladega. Story Ko Poritera Se Aladega. And what you're about to hear is the most explosive chapter yet in the Coyote Pass saga. Sources close to the situation reveal that when Kody first learned about the buyer's entertainment industry connections, his devastation reached entirely new levels. Here is a man who spent over a decade believing he was the centerpiece of his own empire, the star of his own show, only to discover that total strangers understood the commercial value of his story far better than he ever did. It hit him like a freight train. The narrative he thought he controlled was being rewritten without his permission. And Robyn? Her reaction was equally intense. The mere idea that Coyote Pass could become a filming location for content that didn't revolve around Kody's version of events allegedly sent her into emotional tailspins. For years, she clung to the belief that she and Kody controlled the Sister Wives storyline. Now she's confronting the terrifying truth that the world is no longer interested in their carefully curated narrative. But what truly has insiders buzzing are the whispers, the quiet, behind-the-scenes murmurs that the buyers are exploring partnerships with former Brown family members who want to reclaim their stories on their own terms, without Kody's manipulation overshadowing everything. And at the center of this revolution, Janelle Brown. Janelle just executed what might be the most spectacular revenge plot in Sister Wives history. And the way she orchestrated her financial escape from Kody's grip is nothing short of brilliant. According to sources, every move she made over the past year was part of a grand strategy. A carefully plotted exit plan designed to secure her independence while leaving Kody scrambling in confusion, while he was busy playing power games and trying to manipulate property ownership. Janelle was quietly working with attorneys, ensuring she'd receive the maximum payout when the sale finally happened. Insiders revealed that she knew potential buyers were circling the land long before Kody or Robyn realized what was happening. That knowledge became her greatest weapon. Word on the street suggests Janelle essentially told Kody and Robyn, "Agree to fair ownership splits, or I'll take this to court and you'll lose the sale entirely." It was a power move Kody never saw coming, and it worked. Her $375,000 payout represents total financial independence, a clean break from the man who spent years controlling her life. Finances and options. Palace insiders reveal she has already invested part of her windfall into expanding her flourishing flower farming business in North Carolina, transforming her escape from polygamy into a thriving entrepreneurial venture. But here's the twist. Janelle's move to North Carolina wasn't just about escaping Kody's toxicity. Industry sources hint she's been exploring new media opportunities, potential podcasts, toku series, and collaborations that capitalize on her newfound independence. For the first time, Janelle is building a life that belongs entirely to her. And the contrast, devastating. While Kody scrambled to salvage control, Janelle was 3 steps ahead, protected legally, emotionally supported by Madison, and financially stable. The flower farming venture they're building together represents everything Kody promised but never delivered. And then, There's Meri Brown, whose transformation from forgotten wife to legal warrior has stunned even her harshest critics. Meri's decision to lawyer up wasn't merely about financial compensation. It was about reclaiming her dignity after decades of psychological manipulation. Insiders whisper that she had been quietly building a case for months, documenting every instance of financial deceit. Every attempt by Kody to push her out, every shady tactic he tried behind the scenes. When Meri finally unleashed her attorneys, Kody and Robyn allegedly spiraled into panic. Suddenly, the weak link they thought they could control had become their greatest threat. And her victory. Legendary. Securing her 25% ownership stake wasn't just a legal triumph, it was moral justice. Insider reports confirmed that Meri and Janelle had been coordinating their legal strategy, forming the sisterhood that polygamy was supposed to create but never truly did under Kody's rule. Meri's emotional journey has been heartbreaking. Years of gaslighting had convinced her she didn't deserve fair treatment. But when she learned how much money was at stake, and how close Kody came to cheating her out of it, something inside her snapped. She fought back, and she won. Her $375,000 payout is more than money. It's validation proof she deserved better all along. Now, she can focus fully on Lizzie's heritage free from Kody's emotional chokehold. But the most dramatic collapse of all? Robyn Brown, according to Palace insiders. Robyn's meltdown after the sale was unlike anything the family had ever witnessed. She wasn't merely upset, she experienced a complete psychological crash. Years of believing she was building her forever home with Kody had created a fantasy she clung to with obsession. The sale destroyed that fantasy. Robyn blamed everyone: Janelle, Meri, Christine, the mystery buyers, even herself. Then, finally, Kody. The arguments between her and Kody in the aftermath of the sale are rumored to be their most explosive ever. Robyn allegedly accused Kody of mismanaging the property so badly that they lost everything. And the worst blow, learning the buyers had entertainment industry connections. The idea that strangers might use Coyote Pass to create content that overshadowed her story sent her into emotional spirals that sources describe as unmanageable. Insiders say she's even questioning whether her loyalty to Kody was worth sacrificing relationships with the other wives who might have protected the family better. Meanwhile, Kody is confronted with brutal reality. His patriarchal empire has collapsed. His remaining marriage is cracking. His legacy land is gone. But while Kody and Robyn crumble, the mystery buyers are just getting started. According to entertainment insiders, they didn't simply buy land. They bought a story. The buyers are allegedly exploring plans to transform Coyote Pass into a filming destination, a retreat for healing and relationship recovery, a content hub for women escaping controlling relationships, and possibly a new docuseries featuring Christine, Janelle, and Meri. Without Kody, this is where the future of reality television might shift entirely. The new owners understand something Kody never did. The true power of the sister wives story isn't polygamy. It's female resilience. It's independence. It's the courage of women who walked away from manipulation and rebuilt their lives. Janelle is thriving. Meri is rising. Christine is glowing. And Kody and Robyn are left staring at the ruins of everything they once controlled. The legacy of Coyote Pass has officially been rewritten, not by Kody Brown, but by the women who chose themselves. And that's when everything shifted. For years, Meri Brown had been painted as the quiet one, the sidelined wife, the forgotten partner, the woman left standing in the shadows while Kody and Robyn built their own kingdom. But now the entire Sister Wives world was watching her rise. Meri didn't scream. She didn't fight. She didn't even seek revenge in the loud, dramatic way fans expected. Instead, she did something far more powerful. She walked away with dignity, leaving Kody and Robyn to face the consequences of the very chaos they created. Behind the scenes, TLC insiders whispered that producers were stunned. Kody's temper was spiraling, Robyn was panicking, And the controlled narrative they once held so tightly was slipping like sand through their fingers. And as that happened, Meri simply smiled, a quiet, knowing smile that said, "You underestimated me. Never again." The public saw it too. Fans who once criticized her suddenly rallied behind her. Support poured in, interviews were requested, new opportunities were offered. For the first time in a long while, Meri wasn't being framed as the problem. She was being recognized as the survivor. And that, my friends, is the real twist. While Kody and Robyn tore each other apart trying to manage their collapsing empire, Meri stepped into the spotlight with calm strength, proving that sometimes the most devastating revenge is simply living better than the people who tried to destroy you. The Brown family saga isn't over, but one thing is certain: Meri Brown's silent revenge has already begun, and this time, she's the one rewriting the story. She's the one rewriting the story.